All right. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Inseinen Studios weekly podcast where we're going over Blam Master Edition 2, covering logs 10 through 20. What is up, gang?
Hello.
Hey.
Yo, so much crap happened. Like, so much. I feel like we could talk about this for hours, all the different stuff that happened in these logs.
Yeah. You want a 5-hour live stream?
I mean, dude, I honestly, today takes as long as it takes. I don't care about the time.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, Mars, you're sticking with us here. You're gonna be stuck here.
Oh, Mars, you got stuff to do?
No. It was just a joke.
Well, anyway, Josh, since
Yeah.
this is your first read through, what's going on in your head?
I don't know. It was dope. A lot of action. I'm a little I don't know how to put it. I watched the movie, so it gave me like a certain idea of what was supposed to happen, and then it's not what happened at all. And I'm just like, huh, okay, pretty cool.
Yeah, they fucked it.
Yeah, the movie was bad. I gotta say, I wasn't digging it, but the storyline here is going pretty.
To be honest,
it's going pretty good. I guess, how does it start? It starts with Sibo showing him how she, I guess, fucked up getting into the net terminal thing the first time. She gets all blown up.
Yeah, they were trying to make an artificial net terminal gene.
I mean,
it
kind of worked.
Yeah, I mean, they got a little bit far.
Yeah, but then they got fucked up.
And it exploded because some safeguards got into the system, and well, the girl just blew out proportions.
Just to bring this up, 'cause it's only a short excerpt from the notes about this, kind of like making more sense of the scenery. So the artificial net terminal gene experiment. The facilities for net terminal gene research that SIBO of Bioelectric created were gigantic, but why? As mentioned earlier, without the proper programs, one cannot exist within the virtual world. The program itself is very small since it connects to the OS of the NetSphere, probably small enough to fit on a single chip or smaller. But if you have the right programs, how do you know you have the right hardware? This can be compared to a situation where you have the save data for a game, but you don't know what game it is, or even the console the game runs on. And if the game is still going on in real time, you have to load this save data. So what you do is you take every possible console and every possible game and have them at ready. There is no choice but to make a switchable simulation and then load the data. Since SIBO had to make the equipment for such a situation, it had to be huge equipment. In addition, since the hardware of the NetSphere is contained within the megastructure, that's why the equipment was installed there. Which kind of good. That's a lot of that stuff goes over my head. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a computer guy, but if one of you guys could share some light on,
I think it's just saying that you got to be ready for anything in terms of computers.
Yeah, basically you have to have like hundreds of computers or just one like extremely big like hard drive with loaded with like everything possible that has to be needed.
I guess there's like 100 things that could run the program, so she built all 100 things to make sure it would run.
Like that one chip Google has. That's one really powerful. Or something like that.
Yeah, basically a supercomputer.
Yeah, that.
Well, we get to see SIBO with black hair. She kind of looks like Kiri a little bit.
I don't know at the end when she comes out looking all different.
No, I'm talking about in the beginning, bro. She's got black hair. Her previous body.
It was white.
No, that's
white hair, mate.
She's talking to someone who has white hair, who's like a fourth batch clone of the president.
Oh, that part. Oh, you mean that? Yeah, she had black hair in that.
And then I thought this was super cool. The thing that looks like it reminds me of an alien, from the Alien franchise.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about that, yeah.
Yeah.
Auxiliary power source.
It's like a biomechanical
really big head,
being, that can sort of act as a bomb if you want it to. And it was, they found it within the layers.
But it had a chemical reaction, and they detained it, and, well.
Yeah. And it looks like SIBO might have been trying to study it to see if it could blow through the megastructure, because she's been trying to do that
for a long time.
Yeah. We don't have to get into it now, but I was reading the notes earlier, and there was some. Oh my god, it's too. I'm not very good at explaining it. Something about how like the density of the hardware in certain parts of the megastructure is like to the nth dimension, and it's basically just like layers of things like folded on top of each other. Makes
it's
them
a
like
bit ridiculous.
Yeah, like indefinitely dense, and that's why it's so hard to bust through. But the graviton beam emitter busts through there because it like breaks down the dimension that they're like folded on top of each other, or shit like that. And that's how
the
GBE can get through.
did its matter. Like it doesn't care if it's a hard material or anything really. It just gets through.
Yo, we have some fantastic graviton beam emitter moments in this story.
Yeah,
we really do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At the end, especially.
Oh my
Especially
god.
at the end.
Yeah,
a lot
dude.
of
At the
neat
end, it's
designs
so
we
hype.
only see for like a page or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the beginning they get to the net sphere. So they're like it's on the monitor. So it looks like this like wide open field. Obviously, it's a virtual world. But this is cool. Like
the
we
girl
don't.
just with hair and clothes and all that.
Yeah, like we don't get to see many shots of the net sphere. I think we get to see it once here, and then I think
That's
once
it.
in Master Edition 4, maybe. You know where
We see it a couple times.
Yeah.
Not
the
often.
Davinaluga access.
But it looks pretty cool. I would have liked to see more. It's just a giant field right now.
But yeah, that's the whole story. Get them to do it.
Isn't it basically like the area is just unlimited?
So
yeah,
supposed to be unlimited.
Yeah,
I think it's a bit like the Styx River, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's an open field, but at the same time, in the other scene, where you see that it's like a river banks, and there's and you have to cross the river to actually access the net sphere to have control over it. You need to be able to cross it first.
Yeah, that's volumes later then.
Well,
But
unfortunately, Safeguard shows up and murders the thing, or chops her arm off, or his or her arm off, whoever's like doing the experiment, and then
it's a girl.
Okay, girl. She starts freaking out, and like I don't know exactly what's happening here, but it's like being inflamed.
She blows up.
Yeah, she's blowing up, but it's like I don't know.
I think the fucking what's the term? The transfer the safeguards into her own body, just like SIBO in
Yeah.
But yeah, we will get to that.
She's basically filling up.
You're right, because there's that little like thunk or plop panel, and then the safeguards start, coming up out of they start getting reformatted and just wreck house. There's a cute little scene where one of the safeguards holds that little alien looking thing I was talking about before. Almost like it's
opens his eyes.
The safeguard with the dump truck.
Yeah, and then and it like holds it like it's a pet, and then just like smiles, and then the thing goes boom.
Yeah. And but the computer is not even the original. The original could do way more than this one, so it must have been way bigger than we see now. Wonder what that would look like.
Are a different form of this creature?
No, the whole facility they're in. She says earlier that this is just a way smaller version that they had before.
Oh yeah, true. We only really see the big giant blast at the top. And then everyone dies, including SIBO. And she says she got restored from her backup data.
Yeah.
Which means that I'm pretty much correct in my assumption that they just fucking put her in hell with the life support to keep her alive, but in a completely, I don't know, mockery state, like just in spite because she failed to access the net sphere.
Yeah.
Well, it does say too. This was an option for like very important people in bioelectric. It wasn't like it's not like everyone had their backup data kept. It was like reserved for
Only the elite
very
can do
important
it.
individuals. Yeah, which SIBO was. And then, dude, I was reading this earlier today, and I just freaking love the artwork so much. Like, just the first panel
Dude.
of Kiri, and then when she like takes the thing out of her head after showing him the vision, I just like get absorbed in the story like right away. It takes no time at all for me to crack this book open and just be like in it.
Yeah, because it's just majority is only art and not much text, so you really get drawn into it.
It's so fascinating though. Like everything works as like a wall panel.
Yeah, for real. Like you could take any one of these and just like put it in a portrait.
From log 10 to 20, there's like 80 that could work as wall panels. 80 pictures.
Like the one we're using now.
Yeah, true.
Well, that's from the art book.
Yeah, it's not included in the.
Yeah.
It's technically from the scene, much later, but yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it wasn't put into the manga. It's in the art book.
Yeah. Okay.
But it does fit with the logs. Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, and then they're going up the tower, trying to get to the mega structure. We get this cool scene. Oh, we see SIBO realizes how crazy Kiri's healing is because he just like takes that cast off and his arm's already like, reattached. And then, yeah, they get a surprise from, I had to like read this a few times. Something starts being reformatted and it's actually it's the admin entity. And then it's coming up from the ground. And then from the ceiling above is the safeguard. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. That freaking panel where the safeguard pins it at first.
Yes, just stabs it with like a horn or something like that.
The artwork in that is just...
It's fucking phenomenal, man. Especially the safeguard. Exactly. He looks so devilish. Oh, man. And then, Kiri takes care of the safeguard. And then we get a really important conversation with the admin that's left over, who, like, SIBO kind of stops Kiri from shooting it. And, yeah, this is cool. This is, like, our first interaction with the admin. It has to, like, change the way it speaks to base reality frequency or some shit.
Yeah, because he hasn't been there for so long.
Or never has been.
Or never has been. Maybe. Who knows?
You talking about the admin?
Yeah. Or
just to get used to the language.
For that matter.
Oh, true that. Yeah.
He doesn't know if they speak computer or IRL.
Yeah. There's some really cool stuff in the notes too about language matrices and like the process that all goes through, which I wouldn't be able to explain very well.
Wasn't the log called the language matrix?
Yeah. Later on.
Log. Well, this one, log 10 is the net sphere, which we just covered. We pretty much just finished log 10. And then
log 11, the safeguards.
Log 11 is safeguards, yeah.
Yeah.
What I was kind of confused about is the admin's like, due to the unpredictability caused by the infection, we are unable to contact you directly. Is that just like another way of saying you don't have the net terminal gene, so we have to do this because you can't access us? Like,
No, that's it. I think that's the opposite around. They cannot like they can't have a direct conversation with him like sending him a simple message. They have to send someone in the base reality directly because the net sphere itself is it's fucked up.
Yeah. And she pretty much just gives them the lowdown, like, hey, safeguards take care of people that don't have the net terminal gene. We don't have any control over them anymore. What was that, Atfer?
Was me.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
What were you
yes.
saying, Mars?
It was Mars.
It was, and you have to save us by finding someone with the net terminal gene, and that the sample before it, you lost it, so you have to find a new one. That's basically what he said, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. This seems to be the beginning, too, where the admin realizes what Kiri's trying to do, and they start helping him.
Finally, he's gone.
We lost our
He'll come back. But yeah, so because like, oh, we're helping Kiri the Seeker, and the admin starts telling them like, hey, the world's expanding. We need someone with the net terminal gene to like, stop it because we don't have any control over. And I mean that kind of goes into the conversation we had last episode. Oh, he's back. That kind of goes into the conversation we had last episode where because she talks about how the connections between the strata are unstable because of everything's just getting stretched out and it's like fucking up the NetSphere hardware because that's also in in all the mega structures, which keeps expanding. And it's like, I mean, that's the only way it makes sense to me. Just using the
all
term,
the cables and signals get fucked up. It's just constantly building new shit or old shit into new shit.
Yeah, and it's harder to control and stuff. Oh yeah, Kiri's like the admin was like, we need to find the net terminal gene. And Kiri's like, you still haven't found one?
Yeah, he was like, are you kidding, dude?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Kidding, dude?
You guys are supposed to be in charge here.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. Like those guys, they apparently can find stuff pretty easily, but over the whole city, but they can't even. They don't. I don't know where I was going with it, but they are not doing their job very well.
Yeah, I don't think. We don't really know the exact details of like what they can do on their own, though. It seems like the
just
admin was
entities, and that's about it for now.
Yeah, it seems like the admin was definitely set up to be a tool. Like it is an operating system of the NetSphere, but it's also like it seemed like humans put a lot of control of it with humans. Like it doesn't seem like the admin can do a lot on their own. They just take orders, and if there's no one to give them orders,
true.
they can't do anything.
There's a conversation about this later in this.
Yo, what's up, Holy? Yeah, but I mean, the admin says she thinks there's still someone with net terminal genes, which I guess gives them hope. But by this point, all the safeguards are starting to come, and she's basically just like, "Yo, you got to go." We're close to the mega structure, so the safeguards are coming out. They're about to take me out. You better run.
Yeah, because he can die. He doesn't mind.
The admin entity can easily die.
Yeah.
But the artwork through this whole scene is so crazy. Like, not only is it like we get so much good information from the admin, but just like the artwork of the safeguards forming in the background is freaking like this whole scene is fantastic.
And then
that's why I like this.
The admin gets gets a gun and a blade out. Like it's so weird.
Yeah, the admin puts up a fight. It chops the thing's arm off, and then
tries to kill it.
Yeah, we see this safeguard does something we see a lot in the future, where it like almost like splits its arm in two, like it like bisects it to like make two arms, and it looks like he takes her out. But we see that later with the giant monster, the giant safeguard monster does something similar with its like giant tentacles.
Yeah. But later on, when they're at the top of the tower, everything gets converted, and the whole tower just almost collapses while creating this three girl-like safeguards trying to grab him. And Sibo gets some kind of shield up or something like that.
Yeah, she completed a circle and called it a topical. She like mentions the name of it when it gets broken.
in my version, it's like
topical electro shield.
yeah, some sort of jammer for the conversion abilities of the safeguard. I want to mention too that the 3 safeguard girls look a lot like the how are they called, the psionist? I don't know.
They kind of look like Sonicon, to be honest.
I mean, they all have kind of the same face. To be honest,
the bioelect director is protected by those small girls who can deflect the gravitational beam emitter. You know, and they
those
like
3.
Yeah. No, Adver, what really reminded me of those psychic girls was the safeguard that hugs the alien-looking creature. It looks just like her because it's got like that little, like flappy butt thing.
Thick.
In her, yeah.
Nihei being horny and weird.
Dude, Nihei, I forgot to put these these safeguard females are actually kind of sexy. I should have put them in that video.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you should have, yeah.
Missed out.
Just big on giant monsters at this point.
Missed opportunity. Oh wow.
It's so sad.
And so Sibo pretty much saves the day here. Oh yeah, so Kiri blasts a hole through
the tower itself.
Yeah, Sibo's finally like a hole. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I've been tried for hundreds of years. It was so simple for him. And she plays, I don't know, who do you think she's playing right now with that grappling hook? She like shoots up through it.
I don't know. What's her name?
Laura Croft.
Laura? Yeah, Laura.
Laura Croft.
That's what I was thinking.
And basically, both are badasses. So.
And hot. So.
Oh, definitely. And saves Kiri, and then dude, this is so sick. He like shoots his GBE down into the tower, and it like implodes. Yeah, they start like falling apart. And then I think that takes us to they get through the mega structure on the next level. Log 12 is Storage King. Someone else lead this next log. Who's got their Master Edition out in front of them?
I have mine close.
I talk too much. Mars, lead this, bro. That's why I have the Blam heads here.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, what's up, Kevin? From Trinidad. In the house?
What the fuck is Trinidad?
It's a country.
Oh. What page, man?
Wow, and you were saying how Americans are not cultured. Fuck you.
Fuck you, America. You're all fat.
Josh.
We're on page 76. Yeah.
76.
That's log 12.
Yeah, it's just log 12.
Yeah.
We get the first scene of Toa.
Yeah, they see the city.
Yeah, I want to point out that the first scene here, there's water in the lower portions.
Those are clouds because it's really far down.
No, look at the Toa Industries Tower. It's tilted in the other direction. It's a reflection.
Where's the reflection?
I don't see
Look at it. Just in the dead center. Like the tower is tilted a bit.
No, those are just
the reflection
other structures
is in the other direction.
Clouds later on, you see that. It's not water.
It's
just me. It's just not being ready for that stuff yet.
I think it could be. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I mean, it could be water. We don't really have a lot of reference for. It looks like all of Toha. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Could be either or.
Yeah.
It only matters because the electrofishers wouldn't make sense if they can't fish.
Mm-hmm. And Chibo's
That's funny, dude. God. That's a good point. They're electrofishers, man. And then what about the planters? They're like, our the people that came before us were called planters. Like, what does that come from? Where are the plants?
I don't know.
Well,
doesn't know either.
We're gonna get to that, but in the inside of Toa Industries, there's big open fields, and I think that's where they are the plantations. it just probably died down, and that's probably why they got out.
Well, Mars, you're leading this log.
Yeah, but you're talking through it.
That's because I was waiting on you.
Yeah. Well, she
You're-
was a secondary retina, apparently, and can hook up to some machine to look at the tower, but sees no life in it. But later on, she sees some kind of life, but doesn't know it's human or not.
Yeah,
She also
then they
makes
basically go check it out. Yeah.
We also get a cool comment. She's like, she basically calls Toa. It's like made of different material.
Yeah, and totally different material than the rest of the mega structure. Sure, it could be a seed ship, but I doubt it though.
Dude, it says it in the notes. It's like a seed ship. Where it doesn't say that it's from Knights of Sidonia, but that's pretty much.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, but it said it was from the city originally. It was just way older than everything else.
Yeah, built around it. It's different.
Yeah,
because they're newer. Like the city itself is newer than the Toa Heavy Industries.
Well,
Yeah.
later on.
Well, when we get to Toa, we'll talk about what the notes say about its origin. But for now, we know it's just like different. And then
later on, they just go in, find that everybody's dead because the safeguard's been housing. The genotypes are completely different, but they have the same language matrix, so they can talk with them. Later on, they find on a other entity that's been battling, we guess.
Yeah, the administration.
Is warned and get blasted into infinity with a nice explosion.
Yeah, and then
When
we
did
get
that even happen,
Sonicon,
though?
dude.
Yes. Bold Sonicon.
I think it happened. Basically, the safeguards were like either using the matter that composed of the admin entity, or they utilized the matter underneath of it. And then, like, when they formed themselves, it just made that. These explosions happen sometimes when they form each other. It happens again when little girl Sonicon transforms into badass Sonicon. There's like a little explosion that goes along with it.
It was actually under it.
Yeah.
Under the administration. They exploded.
And just blew
and then started formatting.
And then Sibo gets rocked, dude.
Yeah,
I'm actually
she gets splattered. Keely is just fine because Keely, like always.
He's like the sturdiest mother in all of Nihei's works.
Well,
he doesn't give a fuck. Yeah,
he doesn't give a fuck at all. Well, he tries to blast it, but fails. The battle ensues. Shibo says, "Oh, it's the same gun that Keely has." Then they fire at the same time, and you get this giant ball of energy or something like that. Just
because the safeguard was trying to shoot like Sibo, so Kid was like, "Nah, bro," and shoots the same blast.
Yeah, dude, I didn't know
this is an awesome panel, by the way. It's like a two spread.
Oh, it's beautiful, and this is the first time I noticed this. But instead of ripping his hand free of the safeguard, he just lifts the safeguard up,
goes through the air.
Yeah, and still aims his gun at it.
He's that strong. It's just he doesn't give a shit.
That is cool. I do not know how Sibo survived this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look how close the blast is to where Sibo is. Like
plot armor at that point. Yeah,
you could say that she was in the middle of like, dodging or running away or dashing, and it took a second for like the blast to, I guess, for like the graviton beam emitters hit each other, and it might have taken a second for them to the little ball to collapse for the explosion, but it's still crazy how she got away.
Yeah,
it's just talked into a corner or something.
Whole structure.
Yeah.
Then
and we
structure just explodes.
And then Sonicon bitch slaps Kiri, dude. Do you see this? What I'm looking at?
The safeguard gets bitch smacked by Sonicon.
He totally bitch slaps him.
Yeah.
Dude, we could easily put together like a Blam abridged with just like funny panels like these.
Yeah,
We could do that.
it could be done. No. Later on, we see, well, one page later is lately the monster is gonna attack later on. Then bold Sonocon is gonna think like, oh, you like this guy, and thinking, and just step on you, trying to get the TV on the way. Then shoot some kind of bio nanobots in him just to paralyze him or to try to kill him. But yeah, he's a pre-safeguard himself, so that's not possible.
Doesn't work.
Nope. And then just kicks him off like he's some kind of toy. And then she gets on with the monster and disappears.
Oh, Fritz is worried we're spoiling things for Josh. Yo, Fritz, I told Josh to read the notes and that we'd be referencing the whole story. He doesn't really care. I don't know. He's being too quiet.
He doesn't know shit.
Can't. I don't know. Y'all are like really into this. It's like hard to jump into it.
That's true.
I don't know what new thing am I going to provide here. Like, oh, did you guys notice this thing? Because I mean,
yes,
probably
a long time ago.
So yeah, I'm just enjoying the ride. I'll throw in my little commentary, if I have some questions.
True that.
I'm wondering if the needles Sanakan puts into Kitty actually she's not actually trying to paralyze him, but she's trying to restoring his memory or something. Because later on she says this is probably
restoring his functions. Yeah, they try to restore his functions, but not his mind, because he's not fully safeguarded yet.
This is what happens. She's trying to restore him right now when she shoots him. I think it just has it has the side effect of like, taking him out for a second. Yeah, because we see the after effects of this later on. Like he's like passing out, he's like stumbling. Collapsing, like that's all due to
and
probably the restoration process or some shit.
And then the monster walks away with just bumping its head into the megastructure itself. They come in the sewers. They find a new entity, well, half dead entity for that matter. Tries to help him.
Oh my god! I just noticed his brain matter is just is just popping out of his head.
Yeah. It's the little details that make the work, obviously, throughout it, because you can read it hundreds of times, but it's just find new stuff all the time.
So we know this thing did not want to kill Kiri, too, which I didn't really realize the first time I was reading through this, but like, we don't know it's Sonicon right now either. Damn it, I guess I'm spoiling that too. Whatever.
He doesn't know what Sonicon looks like anyway. So, well, he does now. But
he read the whole Master Edition.
So yeah,
we're only talking about that.
Spoiler.
Yeah. So Josh, we know this is Sonicon. We pretty much know because of her gun. There's only one other high-level safeguard that has a gun.
Talking about this chick that put the boot in Kiri's face, right, and then kicked him off the cliff, right?
Yeah, that's the little girl we see a little bit later.
She's transformed just to hide. It's a camouflage.
Yeah, and remember she transforms back into her, badass self when she attacks the Electrofisher city.
She does do that.
So we're saying they're all the same person.
All the same, Audi.
Well, she's the same person later when they find that dude that's like dying in a room with a tube coming out of his forehead. That's her too.
Yeah.
It's a camouflage.
Remember, because that little girl transforms later on, and she's got that.
She does. I guess I didn't piece together they were the same person. Like I just thought it was another robot. Like I didn't know.
Mars, you cannot blame him. We've read this dozens of times. I didn't realize that either. You blame him.
I just thought there was these robots materialize out of thin air. Like, how am I supposed to assume they're like the same ones? And I mean, no sympathizers. All right, never mind.
Yeah.
Blam. Ollie's like Blam is confusing, dude. Blam is confusing. Like
we know,
it takes just a bunch of read throughs, and you just have to
lots.
you just have to like look at all the little details of all the panels to like really put the clues together. Like
and just being in a Discord, just talking about it nonstop, and then you get a lot of stuff thrown.
The notes help too, which I'll put a link for the notes again in the description for this video. But like they really do help.
Well, the entity.
So it makes sense that they found Sonicon at that area where there was supposed to be a ton of people, but there wasn't because she literally just killed them all.
Probably.
Well, Sibo says
maybe on Earth, maybe in the future.
She said she saw signs that were yeah, no problem, Ollie. The link's in the last video too. If you just want to get a heads up, but yeah. It takes a while to read too, so no rush, trust me. No, so Sibo is like she sees signs that are like in the shapes of humans, but she's not picking up any life signs. So she's basically saying, I see dead people. And like yeah. However, Sonicon could have killed. That's the other thing too, Josh. It's kind of hard to interpret how much time takes place from panel
between
to panel.
Panels, yeah.
Yeah. And
especially because they don't age, they're like not even real people either. So
yeah, and a big example of this, we get to it later on, where Sibo is gonna leave to go get the giant builders for backup, and then like a panel later, that giant monster Safeguard attacks, and then like a panel later, Safeguard's back with the giant builder. You know, who knows how much time took place?
But anyway, the entity tells them there's another area with people in it, and it still runs. Then it dies. They go look for Toei Industries, the electrofishers. They find Sibo and another panel that's being used in lots of games as a reference to Blame, with like little stairs just going up, just nonsensical to nowhere. Just going into some kind of crevice.
Well, we do find out
to smell people for some reason, but hey, it's a cyborg at this point, so it makes kind of sense.
We skipped over a little bit of an important detail where the admin tells Kiri and Sibo that they can't go into Toei Heavy Industries without a command.
Yeah, they can't interfere with it, and the gun doesn't really work in it either if they're literally in the structure itself. And you see that volumes later where there's an unofficial strategy with like demo.
Yeah. Doom says the builders' designs are crazy. I agree. The builders are freaking phenomenal.
They look like a mechanical Cthulhu kind of look.
Yeah, kind of. Just titans that just walk around trying to repair everything and just expand, and just on autopilot constantly.
Just a touch of cosmic horror, kind of like it.
Oh, dude, they're beautiful. Oh, just one last thing. The admin also tells them that the cylinder, it functions independently of the city. So there's like, that makes sense later on, but you know, for now, it's a big mystery. Like, what is Toei Heavy Industries? Like, why is it independent? Why is the material different? You know?
Yeah.
It's this weird thing.
They find the old man in the structure is dying. He already knows what she is for some reason. Then he dies, and she tells him.
I think Sibo is smelling shit, dude. She's like, wait, I smell.
Sure.
Yeah, there looks like there's shit in that room, and you see Sibo like cover her nose when she enters it. You know what I'm talking about?
From that dude.
Yeah, dude, there literally looks like shit on the floor.
From the pipe, so who knows what it all is? But it can also be shit. Who knows?
I also I took time during this read through to see if there's hints and clues about Sonicon's true form, and there are, which I never noticed.
Yeah, the old man, for instance, that dies and just is in fear.
Yeah, he's in fear. Like the first time I'm reading through this, like I didn't notice that. He was just some old crazy shitting dude. Like
well, later on she tells him that there's lots of people in some place. He's gonna follow them to it.
What do you guys think that dude was doing? Like, what was Sonicon doing with this dude?
Probably nothing. It's just standing and it's just sitting there and just transform into this lolly and then just thinks from, oh shit, I'm next.
Adver, did you say torturing it?
Yeah, torturing him, or I don't know. Like he's not much of a
threat.
Of a threat himself. He can't even communicate. So I think she was using him as bait.
Oh,
he has a tube hooked up to his head.
He does. Yeah. She could have also been like observing, studying them. Like, I feel like a lot of what Sonicon's doing, she's trying to learn more. And like, who knows if she like just got transferred to this site or she had a new mission that's recent to do this? Because it's like, why didn't she do this in the past? There's a bunch of questions.
Yeah, maybe she did, and Kitty was not there, or it was just some other guy with a gun.
Sonicon's like, that man is sick. Don't touch him. He's just freaking out.
He has COVID.
Yeah. And then, oh yeah, he falls over. The little girl Sonicon's like, is he dead? It's okay. That wasn't your fault. And then she just like moves on to the next subject. I'm Sonicon. What are your names?
The vermin. Whatever.
Yeah, Doom. I kind of think she was doing experiments too.
Yeah, who knows? Well, later on, they're just trying to get to Toa, but come in contact with safeguards.
Oh, dude, this scene is so badass. Where the electrofishers like totally do work.
Oh yeah, they basically saved them because Killy just.
Yeah, Killy's like, he's been showing signs this whole time of like.
He's like, BRB.
Yeah, he finally goes down. Well, no, he gets up once to shoot him, but then he goes down afterwards.
Yeah, because the nanobots are fucking him up. For now.
Yeah, we also see We also see signs how Kiri does not like anyone touching his gun. Like,
no, because he thinks like he's gonna be stolen and I'm fucked. Like in the first chapter when the Screechers tried to grab it and to kill him. You learned.
Can other people shoot it?
Not well.
Yeah. In the first chapter, you read it, like in the first Master Edition. That was the whole chapter. Was just grabbing it and shooting
it. They can probably shoot it on the reserve energy, but they can't really make
other
not
people
the full power, obviously, but still powerful.
Yeah, well, it's on the first power.
We do know that there might be an excerpt where it said that there can be stored energy in it, but for all intents and purposes, it's like the user's internal energy is what powers the gun. And I think...
Is he trying to keep her from using his gun, or is he trying to save her from like draining herself into the gun?
I think he's just protective. I think he's OCD about it. I think he is. Like, it's like his best friend.
Basically,
yeah.
It's like his best friend.
Basically a wonder weapon. Straight out of Call of Duty.
It's like America.
Ollie says, doesn't his gun break? I don't think his gun ever breaks.
No, it doesn't. It can't be done. It's too powerful.
It can't be broken.
If it got shot with, who knows? If it got shot with a GBE, maybe. I feel like that's the only thing that can do it.
Or like with some of the balls that the electrofisher shoots, like also at Sonicon, it gets a shot through her GBE and then it explodes. So maybe, but
it's
really
not
small.
Indestructible, but it doesn't happen in the story.
Yeah.
What's cool here? So we do see Sonicon shoot at the safeguard, and it doesn't hurt them. And she makes this face where either she was acting, she like shot it knowing that it wouldn't kill him, or she just like, whatever, they're my fucking minions anyway. Even if I killed one, they can just spawn again. They're just like simple AI.
I mean, they're unlimited, basically.
Yeah.
They're fighting. They're fighting them. Then we move on the whole fight, trying to grab him. The electrofishers coming, kill them all, introduce themselves.
Dude, yeah, that scene. Who is this? Zuru? This is Zuru, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what's the girl's name? The girl's name is Zuru, right?
Zuru, literally from the movie, but then just being too
And
cute.
this guy is Sutazo. That's right.
Yeah.
Sutazo pops some serious caps.
Into some safeguards.
That one where he like shoots the one in the head that's like going behind Sonicon is pretty dope.
Bang.
And then his pops shoots the other one coming down from the ceiling. I just thought that was so cool. Like they really look badass for a second. Yeah, until they all just get raped later.
Yeah.
Well, Kitty passed out again. They try to get him up and move to Toa.
All right, you guys got this. I'll be right back. You guys got this.
And they're basically carrying Killy because he's passed out cold, right?
Yeah, obviously. And they go into these giant tubes. But I wonder what those tubes are for. Whether we're for like water, steam, or whatnot.
I think it's just water.
I don't know. Yeah, probably water, any liquid or something. But I like that they mentioned that if safeguards try to attack them there, they wouldn't be able to escape or win. So I think that's yet another clue that Sanakan is just not Sanakan.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Well, we get to the planters, which we literally read in like one sentence or something like that. So I don't know why we call that whole chapter like that. But hey, it's Nie, so whatever. Then just go walking through that.
So yeah, they get on the monorail.
Yeah, the monorail. They get into that, but it's probably just an automatic monorail. But for some reason, it's see-through from the inside. It's just kind of some tourist thing, I guess. A long fucking time ago, or something.
Yeah, before everything went to shit. Yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't notice it was see-through only from the inside.
Yeah. It's also pretty weird for some reason. But there are cars now that can do that on a small scale. But hey, that's just a bunch of cameras and mirrors. So not that exciting. And it's the first that Sonicon really takes interest into the guns and tells them that there's not many left, not many people that can wield them. And then she gets a smiling from like, yes, I can murder them all.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, oh, there's not a lot of them left, so hey, it's gonna be an easy job.
I murder now. I murder them all.
And then on the next
you
panel,
get the first panel of the fucking builder.
The infamous builder picture.
Builder's a giant Titan. Really, what is taking me, what I'm thinking of. But they don't hurt humans because they're just building and that's it. It's just an automatic pilot.
Yeah.
Then you get a 2 spread of Toa, which is gorgeous, obviously, because fucking Nie.
Yeah, it's fucking huge too.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
Toa Heavy Industries, page 160.
Of Toa.
Did they just get there? Oh, 160. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they just went there with the car. They just saw the builder, basically. And the car is see-through from the inside. You can see it's see-through when Sibo says builders. And then one of them says there's a lot of them around here. But we only see one, though.
Oh, dude.
From the inside.
Way out in the distance.
I see the biggest panel in the world revealing Sonicon's creepiness.
Yes.
yeah. We talked about it.
Okay.
The smile?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she asked, like, how many people, or she said that a lot of people don't have these guns that can, like, pierce the exterminators. Like, she asked, does everyone have them? They said that there's not a lot of them left. Their ammo is, like, almost gone. And then she just smirked. She was like, okay, this is going to be piss easy.
I'm going to murder you all.
Yeah, basically. And then you see them going to Toa.
Well, dope. Are they taking care of Kira yet? Is he in the bed?
Yeah, they're talking about the central one where they're coming from, and that Shiba can read all the writings on the
Okay.
buildings, which they can be, which they can.
Oh, when they get into the outer wings of
the
Toa,
residential districts.
you see another builder just on the edge.
Oh yeah, there's a builder on the edge. Yeah, there's multiple actually. There's one on the roof too.
Yeah,
They're like smaller though. There's one huge side, and
definitely
then there's
not
smaller
on
ones.
the.
Well, they come in all shapes and sizes.
That's true.
Well,
Yeah, it's just insane how many designs Nia made just for the builders.
There's a lot of them.
Dude, this is his first work. He was probably thinking about this shit for forever, I bet.
Well, he had the one shot, right? Before this.
Yeah, in 1995 he made it. So
Yeah,
he had some time to think about all this stuff, obviously.
Thank God he made that one shot and then made Blam. Like, I like the one shot, but his Blam is like, I feel like his one shot is almost like a very, very, very long time ago prequel.
Basically.
It was made in 1995 in September. I've literally have the original magazine of it where it was printed in Japan.
I don't know. I don't mean in real life, Mars. I mean in the story. Like his one shot was a prequel to the story.
Years before.
Yeah, don't flex, Mars. Come on.
And dude, well, we can get it in America as long as you have the volume of noise. The one shot.
Yeah, but that's pretty rare nowadays and goes up for a lot. So
fuck you, manga editor. Just release the entire fucking Nia library.
Yeah, you can get it. I actually have two. I need to sell one.
Wait, what are we talking about?
The
noise.
The volume of noise. It has the Nihei's original one shot for Blam in the back of it.
Blam.
And then it also has that next corridor chapter. What's it called, Mars? There's another little chapter in there.
It's not in the one I have, right?
It's just noise and then Blame, and that's it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Copies you guys
I could
have.
buy one off you.
I have the one from Tokyo Pop. Which went defunct.
Dude, that's the only one that's in English. There's nothing else except for Germany there.
Do you guys know why Tokyo Pop went defunct?
Lost Traditions, the fuckers.
How did Tokyo Pop go under? They did so many good stuff.
Oh, that's a whole story in itself, which we don't ever really have.
Yeah, we don't really have time. We need to get through Blam. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, faster.
All right, so so they're like, all right, Kiri's fucked up.
Now?
We gotta heal him.
The outer wings of Toa.
Didn't I take the lead?
We get up in the village.
I'm taking it back, Mars. I want Aardvark to lead a little bit. He's so well spoken, and he doesn't talk.
You want me to lead? Well spoken. Thank you. Well, you see, they're all going basically to Toha right now, and then you see them go up this like huge staircase. Basically. Oh yeah, they talk about the planners. Yeah. There's not a lot of info about the planters though. It's just like Nihei doesn't know about them too.
No, they just make a remark that those are our ancestors, the planters.
And that's it.
Yeah. I'll get into the Blam notes paragraphs about Toa when we're done with this, and we'll talk about them more. But
yeah, we still see Kili like passed out. You can see the scale really of Sibo in here on that page 167.
How much taller she is than them?
Yeah, like
he's really into.
Oh shit! Yeah, she is.
Nia is really into tall girls, obviously.
I mean, yeah, basically. Well, they have a ladder that they're going up this hole, and then you see them. They
don't have stairs anymore.
Yeah, they don't anymore. They basically just get to the their own city. They take Kili to rest, and then they just there it goes. Such a tall young lady, Sibo. She's like super tall. It's kind of funny. Yeah, Sutezo. Yeah, they always think like Killy's dead because there's just no emotion, but they take him to rest.
Yeah, there's another little panel in there.
Up like, I'm gonna kill you all.
Yeah, dude, I was just looking at that. Like, that's another big clue, which I never noticed before. I just like slipped my mind.
I did. Long time.
She's like basically no emotion, just looking at all the people around. Like basically, I think she's like counting everyone.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
I'm gonna murder you. I'm gonna murder you.
Yeah,
at the same time, it seems like her face is cracking or something.
No, that's just blood vessels just popping up.
She's computing. High computing power going on.
Yeah, overclocking.
Overexcitement.
You know what she could be doing right now is seeing if any of them have the net terminal gene. Kind of like how Kiri does. Kind of like how Kiri does when he meets a new group of people.
She just wants to kill. That's it. She's just an entity. That's it.
Oh, that's probably why she doesn't attack them directly, because they are an isolated group. So she doesn't know their genes. So she's analyzing them.
Well, yeah, she's trying to collect info, dude.
Yeah, like, gathering information on the people.
Yeah, plus, like, this is her chance to get into Toha, which they probably don't know anything about because safeguards aren't allowed in there.
I mean, she probably has some information. Probably used a lot of people to get some info. Sibo knows the most about Toa heavy industries, though. She doesn't know a lot, but she can read everything.
That is true.
I guess Sonokan can read them, too. Because earlier she said that they're letters, not markings. So I feel like she can read them, too. And they get Zuru to look at Killy as well.
Yeah, she's trying to just
and they also said, like, I never understood this. Like, safeguards bleed.
Yeah, I did notice he said that too, because he's like, oh, it's not my blood. I killed a safeguard.
From the safeguards. So I always thought they were like machines and just nothing but metal. But no, they're silicon.
They're partly organic. You can see it when Sanakan transforms. She actually uses people as basis for just transforming them into safeguards.
Yeah, they use that too in the movie when she just finds a girl, kills the rest, and just takes over her body and just transforms into Sanakan later on.
Yeah, but I get Aardvark's point though, because like we know they bleed, but we see them get reformatted from just matter, inorganic matter. So I could see in my head, I'm also just like, how does that make sense? Like, do they have some kind of ability to turn inorganic things organic? Like, how would that even work? Or maybe it's a different type of blood, Yeah,
maybe probably it's just not human blood.
Yeah, it's got to be some kind of fluids that they use to operate, whether it be for like cooling or the transferring of information throughout their body. I don't know.
Yeah, but why would she say that? What is all this blood? Because it has to look like normal blood then.
Oh, I'm saying it still looks like normal blood. It's probably like red and stuff. Blood. Yeah. Well, who knows?
Probably.
Could just be some kind of different blood. And maybe, Nihei, this is a universe where almost like anything's possible. We come up with so many different theories. Nihei probably just wanted it to be bloody. So he's like, people will figure out a way for it to make sense because I want to put blood in here.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to make it too gory. It's just a gore fest like many other manga did.
That's true, yeah. Oh, and this too, they want to talk to Sibo for a bit, then they just walk out, let Zurute like handle Killy for a bit. But I think they just leave Killy there, like, all right, he'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll fill him in on the details later. Like, let the man rest. It's not like he's a very conversational man anyway.
Then again, when Sibo comes out, you can see that the door is almost her size. So it does almost seem like the people before were taller than what they are now.
True that. Yeah. Well, they even say, we get into it later, where they get into Toha and they find electrofisher suits, but they're of different size than the ones the electrofishers use right now.
Yeah, size. how do you say it? Wait. Height reduction is usually signs of famine in several generations.
You're talking about how they got smaller over time?
Yeah, they got smaller, but it's probably because of lack of food at some point. Not just
or just what they had to eat before, like all the nutrients and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they also had like some kind of futuristic food before that gave them the ability to become like better humans in a sense. And they don't have that anymore. They just have to eat slug, like in the movies. And also, because like Sibo asked them a question if anyone there has the net terminal gene, but then the old man says, of course not. It's been ages since humans had that kind of thing. And Sibo's like, right, okay. Like, how does he know that?
How does he know
probably has heard of it from his ancestors or from
exactly. Because he's a guy that has a lot of information.
And
it seems like
he doesn't know about
I mean, there's other people that know about the net terminal gene that we come across through the story.
Yeah, but since that village doesn't have the net terminal gene, now Sanakan knows, because Sanakan was with them, right? So since Sibo asked that question, Sanakan got the information that there's no one there with the net terminal gene.
I see what you're saying.
And now they arrive at the door to Toa Heavy Industries. It's actually kind of big, though. Like the people don't know how to open it because it apparently haven't touched it in decades. So it feels like simple. They did. Yeah, I feel like they did, or someone actually got in before, or they just didn't care to try anymore because it never worked. But Sibo basically knows how to open it.
Yeah,
I just want to get back to the culture of the electrofishers. Like they have these the bottles of human remains of other people because of their knowledge. They remember stuff from before when they were more civilized. It hasn't faded out entirely yet, but the technology to use what they knew is entirely lost. So
yeah,
talking about the technology to recover the storage clusters that Zuru saves from the bodies when they die. Yeah, looks like they used to have that technology. They don't anymore. Well, these guys have a shitload of technology they don't know how to use anymore. They don't know how to make the guns, the ammo, the suits.
Because all those people are gone.
They came from Toa.
Can't even read.
Well, we'll get into this later, but in the notes it talks about basically when Toa first showed up, a certain percentage of the population of the Toa Heavy Industry people chose to go live in the Blam world, while certain ones of them stayed. So obviously the people that chose to go live in the Blam world probably got the net terminal gene because it was during a time, when they had access to the net sphere. And then those are the ancestors of these people.
True.
And then, Sibo busts in.
Yeah, because she can read the markings because they're letters. She can read it, but the other people can't read it. Because, I guess people before could read it, but I guess the people before didn't have the power to, just break the central protective cover.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they could read it.
Yeah,
maybe a long time ago they did, but
when
these people can't read
itself.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, when she does punch it, it looks like it's concrete.
Yeah, and they freak out. They're like, "Holy shit!" They're like scared of her. Yeah, she's a beast.
Yeah, strong girl.
Ollie asked if Killy finds the net terminal gene at the end of the manga. We'll get to that.
Yes, they do, because in Blame and Gagawan, they tell the story after the net terminal gene.
Yeah, but we don't want to spoil it. We're only Master Edition 2.
Then don't ask.
That can be.
That's why I said that. Whatever.
That can be taught later.
Don't tell me.
Everything's ruined now. I don't even want to read.
God damn it! Earlier in the week, Josh
I'm totally kidding. We had this discussion. I'm one of those read the last page type of guys, but I didn't do it for this.
Oh, we can explain the whole ending when it comes up.
If you read the last page, it wouldn't help you anyway.
Yeah, you should have any info on what the fuck
chapter,
is going on.
I guess.
Well, Okay, then the next scene we see, Kiri
Door
awake.
opens.
Yeah, they get into
Kiri
Toei Heavy
awakens.
Industries.
He
Yeah.
recovers some of his abilities.
Yeah, he can understand what the things in front of his eyes mean, or the display,
Yeah.
he says. He can see if people have the net terminal gene. He can see. This is where he's like finally upgraded. Like his powers are super enhanced. Yeah.
It's funny how Killy knows what material his clothes are by just looking at it.
Because it's been written. It's like a computer in itself, just looking up what it all is.
Yeah, and then that girl is like, huh? How you know this?
Yeah, she's like, what? She's probably just like, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh, you're awake. And then you see Killy scanning her eyes and her skin and everything. And you can also see her jaw and stuff. Like, that's like, people want to be like, oh, I can see girls in underwear. No, Killy just sees her fucking skeleton.
So he's just looking at those lips. He just wants...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, spoilers are free, but I kind of want to, if it takes place in the future, like, I didn't want to like reference it directly. There's so much to talk about directly in what we're reading now, but
all the spoilers.
Plus, like, Josh texted me earlier in the week. He was like, yo, did they find the net terminal gene? And I was like, we'll see. I don't know, man.
I feel like it's just a big bummer if they don't, man. That's like,
oh, you're gonna see, man. Just read it.
That feels like the point of the story. If they don't find it, well then,
if they don't find it, then maybe there can be a part 2.
I mean, it is also slightly ambiguous. Technically, he could have not found it at the end, and like what we see in Blam 2 or the future, or like the sequels of Blam. It could have been tens of thousands of years in the future, and it could have been Kiri Adventure 2.0, where he actually did find it. Who knows? So it is a little ambiguous, Josh, but yeah, most likely he found it. Anyway, guys, something really important to note here. Sonicon gets into Toei Heavy Industries. All right. So, and what I think is going on in the form she's in now is a very like, she does not have a lot of power in her form now. And it's almost like devoid. It's devoid of
disconnected.
Certain, yeah. I think she's just devoid of like a certain amount of safeguard technology that would like set off the alarm or something. But she's definitely not. She's not being registered as a safeguard right now in her current form.
I think she just took someone's body over.
Probably
like a human child's body over.
In the movie, but the movie's kind of bullshit. But
okay, yeah, she could do that.
But what I think is that the toy industry actually doesn't. It's not actively hostile towards safeguards. It's just that any transmission or powers of the safeguards are just they just flat out don't work in Toa. So
yeah, that's true. They're like deactivated.
So in this form, she's probably disconnected from the entire safeguard system. So she just registers as a normal person.
Yeah, like it's
same with
just
Killy, right?
Well, no, the only thing that doesn't work for Kiri in Toei Heavy Industries is his gun, because it's probably safeguard technology.
Yeah, probably also because the gun has to draw power from the conversion towers sometimes. Or something. Yeah. We don't know.
Well,
Aardvark
come into Toei Heavy Industries to find some chamber that changes the axis of gravity. They can just go.
Yeah, dude.
Down or whatever.
They come to this, so they walk through it, and then they come into this giant room. Tell me that does not look like the inside of Knights of Sidonia. Like that room with a giant shaft going up into it. And like,
or it's 2001: A Space Odyssey, if you think about it.
Dude, I'm telling you, the seed ship, it looks exactly like it. The inside, look how giant that room is, dude. It almost looks
really.
Everything is big and Blame, so it's like, yeah, sure, it's influences, but
yeah, I'm not saying they're in the same universe.
There's a theory that Knights of Sidonia and Blame are in the same universe in a sense, because there was multiple Yeah, multiple seed ships, and then if Blaine is just another seed ship that crashed on a planet, and then everything's just went from there, and that's what I think Toa Heavy Industries could be.
No, it definitely could be. Yeah.
Yeah, except Biomecha, because in Biomecha, the Earth changes into a giant worm, and in Sidonia, the Earth splits. So that's not in the same universe anymore.
Well, it's not like we're saying just because two of his works are in the same universe, they all have to be in the same universe. It could. There's also been theories that Biomega is in a different universe, but Blam and Knights Sidonia are in the same one.
Don't get me started on the continuity of his works. It's too big for.
That's true.
We already.
Well, he basically said that they're not connected, but.
Well, he told me that he will.
Hey, he told Mars,
years,
guys. But... Did you guys remember that Mars met Tsutomu?
Yeah, I know.
Do you guys remember?
They know for years.
He only, I'm being sarcastic because you only bring it up 5 times an episode, Mars. We fucking know.
It's his claim to fame. It's pretty cool, man. Let him have it.
It is pretty cool. Anyway, so they're like amazed by this giant room. Sibo's like, oh, there's probably more rooms like this. And then, they basically leave and they meet back up with Kiri and he's like scanning people. Sibo obviously thinks there's like something different going on with him, tells him what's going on in Toha. And then we get this awesome action scene where, he tries to scan Sonicon and he can't. He's yeah. And then, Sonicon must have like looked towards him, realized what was happening, and then she's like, "Oh shit, I'm found out." And she's like, "All right, whatever, time to go."
Yeah, she actually smiles just before she transforms.
Yeah, like she knew what was happening. Like she could probably sense being scanned or whatever, and realized that Kiri awakened to his abilities that she helped him gain. And she's like, all right, time to fight.
Yeah, but in page 203, you see these lines and these lights going around, just chopping off its hands. But what's coming from that? From Sonicon itself, but how?
Oh, I always thought
needles.
I always thought she just moved at super fast speed and just like took his hand
she just stands in one direction and just transforms. That's it.
Are you saying? I'm saying the fact that his hand gets chopped off. I feel like she could have moved her arm at super fast speed, and we just don't see it in a panel.
But why the multiple points that it just happens just for that one fell swoop that would do the trick?
She's using pointy sticks.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah,
but you can see just after. That's how she infects the villagers. She just like throw little spikes at them.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, one way or another, she takes his hand off and then starts transforming, and she's like, I don't know what translation you guys have, but in mine it's weird.
The safeguards will now remove you.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Residents will do not possess the net terminal gene.
And then
and just get sexy.
I did a whole. Yeah.
Why the upside down cross on her forehead?
That's the symbol of the safeguards.
Yeah, you'll see that symbol on every safeguard.
But it looks like like an underground, like a
upside down cross.
Yeah, basically, that's what it looks like for now, but it doesn't look like that after.
Nope.
Yeah, you notice that the safeguard.
Oh yeah, it separates.
Yeah, they separate the lines, so don't worry, it's not a satanic symbol.
Yeah, no, it's not satanic.
I was making some kind of statement. I was like, oh, look at that. How neat.
How are you just noticing that for the, like, we see that
on too much, man. I'm being
on all the same. I saw the line. I saw the regular line, but in that one frame, it's an upside down cross. It's a whole cross.
Yeah, because she's still like transforming.
Yeah. Josh, also you got to be aware.
This manga, there's a satanic ritual inside.
Yeah.
Josh, be aware that the admin symbol looks very similar, but it's different, and that's how we can distinguish admin from safeguard. Yeah,
it has like two more lines on the side.
Yeah, and then
Amazing
oh my
logo
god,
design.
we get a fucking beautiful 2-page spread of like Sonicon formed, and like the ground beneath her is like reformatted, and she's like
those are
blowing
just
another
everyone
panel
back.
right there.
peeled off.
Yeah, another wall panel for you guys.
Oh my
Hell
god,
yeah.
yeah, it's beautiful.
Fat man.
Holy shit, yeah.
I did a whole video of this whole action scene. I just narrated it. I loved it so much. I might not do those again in the future. They take so long.
I bet they do, yeah.
You ever did long vids though?
Look at the details of how she transforms the people by sending needles from her arm.
Yeah, this is crazy. She starts shooting her nanobody needles into people, and then they start turning into safeguards. Pretty gruesome scene, dude. This scene is so fucking just like great horror action artwork.
I'm so disappointed.
Like,
this detail didn't make it in the movie. Like it's not organic. The transfer conversion.
You
And
just
stuff
can't
isn't,
do it because it's just shit 3D.
Yeah, in 3D it would look like shit.
I don't even know how you would do this.
Well, in old school
in
animation,
like 2D, like
it would probably.
You should have done it with.
Work.
Yeah, they should have done it with Ultimo X Nie with a big budget in 2D in maybe decades ago when the series was still running,
Yeah.
and it would be a cult classic. Maybe.
The only good thing the movie Blam did is bring people to the manga. That's it. Because we, I used to shit on the movie, but after that one person said the Blam movie is how they got introduced to the universe, and that made them go read the manga, I was like, okay, you know what? That movie does serve a purpose. Anime does serve a purpose.
Still shit.
Well, it was made for money, so.
Yeah, true.
And then, yeah, dude, just a great action scene. We get a dope one-on-one battle between Sonicon's little minions that she created are killing all the villagers, and then we get like a dope one-on-one bout between Kiri and Sonicon. They're blasting each other through walls, punching each other, kicking each other.
Everything.
She ends up like kicking his gun away or slaps it away for a sec, so he doesn't have his gun anymore. And then
I love in that scene where she fucking slaps his gun away, and there's a villager just next to them and these two. I don't know if he's just like too creeped out to even move, or if she is.
He's probably in shock, dude.
He's just like, what the fuck did I wake up to this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, or an alternate explanation would be that they're just moving so fucking fast.
That too, yeah. I have thought about that. Like they're moving really quick. And okay, she ends up pinning his head on the ground.
Just getting stepped on.
Yeah, and then she just starts unloading. Oh my god. Dude, the panel where her like the vree, like the noise of her gun charging up, and then the next one with Kiri, you just see Kiri's face and like the dread in his eyes.
Ah shit.
That was beautiful. And then
beautiful, obviously.
Yeah. And then she just starts putting holes in everything. People, the structure, explosions are going off.
Yeah,
dude, these fucking panels that show the GBE beams going through the structure, you see like half of people's bodies getting disintegrated.
Yeah, it also gets stretched out because you see at one panel one guy's torso and the other side, and one guy's legs at the other, so it just gets stretched.
There is some kind of field that surrounds the beam when it goes on. I mean, and I feel like the more energy put into the blast, the farther the radius of like that field. And that's why we see later on when Kiri, takes out the giant safeguard monster, that hole it made, basically the energy field surrounding the graviton beam emitter shot was so. Yeah, exactly. It made that giant hole in him. And yeah, destruction left and right. We see a beautiful 2-page spread of just the flame. There's like a sea of flames surrounding Sonicon.
She
And
doesn't give a shit.
Waves, so.
Yeah,
buildings and people falling to the death. And Sonicon is just like, yep, another Monday.
I did my part, yeah.
And okay, Kiri ends up snapping her foot, which distracts her for a second. Sutuzo shoots her gun. It explodes.
Bang.
The Electro Fishers are like, dope, this is our chance. They start ganging up
Let's
on her. Yeah. I love this too. So they get a shot to her head and then she goes down. And this is so smart. Sutuzo's like, don't be so sure. Let's shoot the head with everything we've got left. And I was just like, this man has seen all the horror movies he needs to realize just keep shooting it until it's dead.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter.
Pretty dumb, it's pretty dumb overall because they're getting close to her. So in a sense, they're just getting an easy job for killing them later.
Yeah, they're just I see 20 or so, or at least a dozen needles in her head. And
yeah,
I think
but
Kiri.
it's not enough.
Yeah, you see Kiri analyze her on the ground, and I think he knows that she's not going to die. So instead of helping them,
getting his gun.
Yeah, he immediately, instead of helping the gang finish her off, he just starts looking for his gun because he knows that it's not going to do anything.
Think he did not anticipate to regenerate so quickly, so he just search for his gun as quick as he can to kill her, but it's too late. But he probably didn't get that she was gonna resurrect so quickly.
I think he had an idea. That's why he goes and try to look for his gun.
He's pretty surprised in that one scene. He's like, fuck.
He would have told them that she was gonna wake up any moment if he knew.
Well, he doesn't talk a lot. He doesn't give a shit anyways about the people, really.
He knows our situation.
Well,
he
does not. He doesn't
shit people than just all the other creatures.
True.
And then Sonicon just turns into a beautiful butterfly for some reason. But hey, it's a great panel, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
I was trying to. Devil's trying to say something. Devil Daybreak. I have no idea what he's talking about. If you guys see those comments,
I'm not leaving.
But the rebuilding records the combat data like the GBA later. I think in Google when I was reading the file on the
yeah, I can read.
That wasn't helpful either, Atver.
Yeah.
I can't hear you, man.
I don't understand.
Anyway, so yeah, Kiri jumps to go get his gun, but Sonicon already starts to reformat, and then this is beautiful. Oh yeah, one of her lines coming out of her that's forming the wings takes Sutuzo's head off, and then we see Zero be like, "Suit." It's kind of touching. Not really. We didn't get to know him long enough. I never really cared that he. I never really cared that he died.
In the movies, they get a romance scene and everything, but here he just yep, he's dead.
Yeah, I was more occupied with the panel below it where we see Sonicon's half-formed wings. Oh my god, she looks so badass.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but it kind of looks like the Attack on Titan in the last arc.
Stop!
Shut it!
I'm waiting for the last volume to come out. We are not talking about Attack on Titan's ending. You can talk about...
Okay.
We can talk about
it over? Did it end? Is Attack on Titan over?
It is over, yeah.
Yes, it's over. Just shut up.
It's over and it's bad.
No.
I don't know if it's bad yet. I'll figure out in October when the final volume
funny thing
comes
about
out.
Attack on Titan is there wouldn't be no Attack on Titan without Nihei.
What ended, the manga or the show?
Probably.
I don't know what order they do those in.
The manga ended. Dude,
Yeah,
I don't... Even if Attack on
anime
Titan has a shitty ending, it's not like I won't like it still. The journey was pretty good.
It's about the journey, not the destination.
Fantastic.
One Piece in one sentence.
Never. I'll never watch One Piece.
Anyway, so she flies up with her new butterfly wings, and she's like, Kiri, nothing other than your functions were restored. So this is pretty important. So either A, Kiri, the body Kiri's in now was around with Sonicon, and he lost his memories. B,
yeah, he's a pre-safeguard.
Yeah. B, Kiri's in a new body that looks the same as the one that Sonicon knew. Or C, something else happened. Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
We don't really know.
He was resurrected, right? So
Yeah.
it could be a different body.
I think it's a different body that looks the exact same. So that's why Sonicon thinks that Kiri should know who she is, but this Kiri is only like his personality that was re-uploaded without his memories. So he doesn't know.
His memories are also fucked up with walking through thousands of years, just walking through that structure, obviously. Like you see multiple panels later. His memory is all fucked up.
But all we know now is that Sonicon expected something else to happen. I think she expected Kiri to come over to the safeguard side. Yeah, or her memories or something. And it didn't happen. So, and then Kiri's pretty much just like, what the fuck is this girl talking about? He goes to shoot her, but she already flies away. And they're left with a shitload of destruction and wounded people.
Bodies.
Yeah, and bodies. Yeah, and then they're all just trying to they're trying to rescue the injured people. It's a giant shit show. Sibo's like
basically everyone's dead.
Yeah.
And Zoot just holds his brother's head, which is kind of fucked up.
Suit? I don't think Suit was her brother.
Or something. I don't know.
I think it was her. I think it actually was like the boy she liked.
His crush. Her crush.
Mm-hmm. And then, so they see a builder. Kiri understands what he's trying to do because after his upgrade, after Kiri's body systems were reawakened or upgraded, he can now understand the builders. Sibo's like, you never told me you could do that. And I think Kiri looks away. He either he's not talkative in the first place, kind of like Aardvark was saying, but I also think he's not fully aware of all of his potential yet. So he doesn't want to talk about it until he's completely sure about what's going on.
Yeah, it's all new to him.
Exactly, yeah.
He probably also doesn't even know what is considered normal or not, you know?
Yeah, but he's been alone for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Same with his talking, because Kelly doesn't talk almost at all. But that's just imagine being an introvert for 2,000 years or something.
More than 2,000 years.
Yeah. But he every now and then he gets to talk to people, but he's like, how do I talk to these people anymore?
It's like
what is talking?
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Especially because he's so much more powerful than all these people. Don't you think Killy learned something from Sibo abilities when she? Yeah, no. Sibo definitely got more of a handle on what Kiri's going through. I think when she connected to him, which happens pretty soon after. There's this short scene where they're like the safeguard are going to come back. We got to evacuate to Toa Heavy Industries. Sutozo's getting all the data clusters from all the dead people with the hopes that in the future they'll have the technology to bring their personalities back into new bodies is what that looks like. And then oh yeah, there's shit in the way of the door. They can't get through it. They need the builder's help. Kiri's like, oh, he reads the builder's mind. It says it'll take 2,160 hours before it's done. They're like, fuck, that doesn't help us. And then boom, yeah, Sibo's like, Kiri, teach me the builder's language matrix, and I'll go get the bigger one.
From it.
Yeah, so Kiri's a little hesitant at first, but this relationship between Kiri and Sibo is pretty cool. He trusts her to a certain degree to be able to do this. He likes Sibo, or he at least is aware of the fact that.
But now it's gone.
Yeah, it's beneficial. To she's beneficial to his mission. She's helpful. Yeah, so she connects to him and then has almost like gets her brain fried almost, probably like an overload of data.
Yeah, I think that's basically like Sibo is basically a Macintosh one trying to connect to Windows 10.
Basically, yeah.
Looks like she went on a trip.
Yeah, for real.
She got a lot of information from just one click in like a millisecond. That's what usually happens to your brain, anyways.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
Exactly, yeah.
And then Sibo's like,
there's probably also like leftovers of the nanomachines that Fennecan sent to
probably
to Kitty.
Just enter his body and just have part of his abilities.
and then she goes off to get the giant builder, and they're pretty much just waiting around. And then here comes, the structure starts like shaking and rumbling. And like, what the fuck's going on? Yeah. The big monster safeguard shows up. Log 18 titled Annihilation.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's such a good panel.
Of just its giant face in front of Killy.
I love this design. It's probably inspired by some Archer Giga artworks, but I can't find one specific. I think I've seen one that is really pretty close, but I can't. Let me search for it. Don't worry, I'm gonna find it.
This panel with Kiri in front of the face reminds me of the the commercial for the first Gears of War game where it had that all around me are familiar faces.
Wow.
And then that giant monster shows up. I think I get that vibe. A little bit of nostalgia for me there. And then, so Kiri's like, fuck, I'll shoot it. And then doesn't work.
It doesn't do shit.
Yeah, it doesn't do shit. It recovers. And then it opens its mouth and Kiri analyzes it.
Gravitation beam emitter.
Yeah, it's a giant graviton beam emitter.
Yes.
Kiri's just like,
it's
run!
A big fucking gun.
I don't know what to do. Run. And then Sibo shows up with the giant builder, and we get that
just bitch smacks that one in the face.
Yeah, we get the beautiful 2-page spread. Giant builder on one page, safeguard monster on the other.
Yeah, just bitch slapped it to shoot from the side so it doesn't shoot the people.
Yeah, damn, obviously.
Yeah, totally. And then we see the giant hole get formed along the structure instead of hitting everyone. Sibo is like controlling this thing. She's hooked up to it, and she's trying to clear the way to the door. So basically, Kiri's working, or Sibo's trying to clear the way to the door, and they have to hold out and fight until they have a way to get into Toha. Oh my god, this is just a bunch of cool panels and pages of.
Yeah, there's not much to say.
Yeah, just fighting.
Just fucking badass.
Yeah.
And then the giant worms show up out of nowhere.
I think they're connected to the monster.
Yeah, it's fingers or something. I don't know, but
they come from its back, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're sprouting out of him.
Swarms.
Well, from his back were the safeguards that they're that changed from them, or yeah.
Oh, Devil's saying maybe Kiri learned some of Sibo's hacking skills. That could be it too. We know Sibo is a crazy hacker. So yeah, all this action's going on, and then Kiri, like Sibo is getting fucked up. She's like, ever since I linked with Kiri's brain, my head's been. She looks like she's on the verge of passing out. Probably similar to the symptoms Kiri went through after he got shot with the nanobodies. And. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Giant things. There's this cool panel where we see Kiri shoot off like 4 graviton beam emitter shots that separate all the worm.
The tentacles.
Yeah. Get rid of like the worm tentacle like things, and then, but then this thing sprouts more towards the side of the wall near the people.
And then new safeguards spawn.
Yeah, dude. So many safeguards spawn. Like these people are
whole army
fucked,
just
dude.
Yeah, it's like
yes,
the
kill.
big dude like sends off some sorts of spears that are just made of materials that the safeguards use to spawn.
Yeah,
It's fucking badass.
Then
like
then
from the
Sanakon
one-
appears too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you see, Sonicon actually shoots out of the monster. We have the panel with the army of safeguards going up to the people. They're fighting them. We
Yeah.
see Kiri looking at what's happening, and then he like aims his gun, and then
just reflex.
we see this thing shoot out of around the safeguard monster's head, and it comes right in front of Kiri, and it goes boom, and then the dust settles, and there's Sonicon. So she shoots out of it. Pretty sure.
Those safeguards do me think of like that one scene with like all the sea birds just going mine to one specific thing.
Oh, dude, this is crazy. This is the first time we see. Well, not the first time. The psychics did it before, but Sonicon blocks Kiri's GBE.
I think she absorbs it. It's like it's a symbol for the energy storage thing. So I think she just like stores the energy of the GBA.
Oh,
Yeah, I
dude,
think she does. Yeah.
the notes
then
talk
she
about
said-
this somewhere about what she's doing right now.
Yeah, and then she says,
I found why I know this the big safeguard. It's because it's the fossilized astronaut from Aliens.
Oh yeah.
Then she says, "We failed to repair you. Your registration as a safeguard will be revoked." And he's like, "The fuck you talking about?" And annihilation from that point on.
Yeah, Sibo also learns about it too, 'cause she's listening to it.
Yeah,
She's
she's
like,
watching
huh?
him.
Yeah, so now Sibo knows that Killy was basically a registered safeguard.
Well,
were registered.
Yeah,
was.
Which she asked, like she asked the admin later on, which happens pretty soon.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, she can't take anymore. We see the wires come out of her head, and she like collapses. We see the builder shut down. It looks like all hope is lost. And then, yeah, and then we basically have all the people getting murdered, and Sonicon and Kiri are back in their one-on-one battle. And then oh damn, where is it? Yeah, they're fighting. I'm trying to get to where Sibo. Okay, here we are. Sibo enters this backup world. This is very cool. You guys talk about this for a sec, because there's an excerpt in the notes that sheds some serious light on this. I gotta find.
Well, she goes into the backward world. Basically explains to her this is a backward world, but she's dying in like 9 nanoseconds, so it's no point to go back. Then has to touch the giant backup, which is like a painting from like Basinski or something like that. It's beautiful.
I think so.
Okay.
The administration takes her in there. Like she learns a lot because she asks if Killy was a safeguard, right?
Yeah, a pre-safeguard made before the actual safeguards.
Here's a little interesting excerpt. Sibo's reincarnation 2. There was a Sibo's reincarnation 1, but that kind of went over the first time, like after her first death, back at whatever Electric Studios. Anyway, so during the Battle of Toa Heavy Industries, Sibo was easily reincarnated in the electronic backup world immediately after death, but this is not something that anyone can do. If everyone had an electronic backup like that, then, and this is not a joke about ghosts, everyone's consciousness would soon be laid to rest in the electronic backup world. This means there's a separate software/program that turns the human consciousness into data, and you should think about how this works. In other words, at some point, Sibo's personality data became attached to a program that can upload that data to the electronic backup world. There are two explanations for this. One, when she learns Kiri's language matrix, it was transferred over, and then it's like in parentheses, like a virus, question mark. Or two, it happened because she was linked to the builder, or some combination of those two. A person with this kind of application may be able to survive in data form, so to speak, though they may be alive, if you even call it living, it is in a form similar to the administration. So I think this goes further. There's some clues to be put together here about Kiri being a part of the system, and how I think his personality and consciousness can be re-uploaded and downloaded based on how the system sees fit. And Sibo kind of, that's sort of what's happening to Sibo right now. Like she even like if Kiri dies, he's still going to be uploaded again. That's kind of like what's happening to Sibo. Like maybe it is, it said parentheses like a virus. Who knows what it is? It basically gave her the program or capability where, oh, I'm about to die. This thing auto goes off to like save your backup data to the backup world. Which it says regular people can't do. I mean, that was pretty much self-explanatory in the words I read, but it's definitely very important clues to what's going on. And yeah, the admin shows up. They have a pretty cool conversation. They're like, yeah, this is the backup world. The admin even says your personality has become a digital entity has manifested here. This may be due to your data link with the one called Kiri. The information recorded in your brain was somehow forcibly reformatted. I think Sibo doesn't really understand what's going on, but at the same time, she's like, oh, I have to go back. Like, she's a caring individual. She wants to go save everybody.
Yeah, she doesn't care about herself, only the others around her.
Yeah. And then the admin's like, oh, what takes place here is like irrelevant to time and based reality. It like works differently. So there's no rush. Here's one thing I'm kind of confused on. Okay, we get these beautiful colored pages of Sibo talking to the admin in the backup world. And the admin's like, this is the transporter that the safeguards are currently using to attack you. So, and then this transporter is like that giant thing that kind of looks like an alien head.
Yeah, and it says it has no defense mechanism, but later on it has a defense mechanism, and it just chops her into two and stabs the admin.
No, the thing itself doesn't have a defense mechanism. It's the safeguards that just come out to hunt her.
Well, I think the safeguards realize what's happening like after Sibo connects to it. And they're like, obviously something fucked up's going on. Because the admin can't mess with it, but she's like, oh, you can do it, Sibo. And then Sibo tries to hack into it pretty successfully. We go back to the base reality where we see Sonicon like freak out. Oh, they have a little bit battle still. But then Sonicon starts to wig out. And
shot that just almost hits him, but then just his top layer just shone off by the laser itself. It's also really
I did not notice that my first read through, but yeah, like layers of his skin and just like outerness get shot off. What was?
Then he gets stepped on again and taken over by Sibo.
Devil's like, who's in charge of making the builders the safeguard or govern agency or admin?
Those are just all automated at this point by the faction.
Yeah, they're automated.
Yeah.
Like they started to be automated way before.
And then Kiri takes her out, shoots her head off, and then he's just like blam, 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 blam. He's like constantly shooting her body up.
I'm just done with you, bitch.
Yeah, so like it seems like Sibo's successful for the most part right now. Things are going their way. The giant safeguard monster starts like, deforming. It can't keep itself together anymore. It looks like the people are like, what the hell is happening? And yeah, things all seem good until, we go back to the backup world. Sibo asked the question, is Kiri really a safeguard? The safeguard, crash the party, stab admin pretty brutally. And then we get some pretty cool information. The admin's like, Kiri is different. He is a secret emissary of the system from before the safeguards. And they kill her. That's her last words.
And then the monster turns to dust almost, or just melts.
Yeah, they cut Sibo's virtual body in the backup world, which makes her bleed in base reality, which I thought was pretty cool. It's kind of like in the Matrix. If they get shot or fucked up in the Matrix, it happens to their real body.
Yeah, because of your brain. Your brain thinks it's reality when it's actually not, so it makes it reality.
That was always super trippy to me.
It works if you think about it. True, it's weird.
I think it's more like when they try to connect to the net sphere, they the safeguards probably do a reverse intrusion, so they enter her body and they just fuck it up.
Oh my god!
She doesn't just bleed. Her body is cut in two, even in the base reality.
Yeah, you see right when he shoots the giant safeguards, but that just picks up again and just tries to kill them all.
Yo, I put Dragon Ball Kai on for my cousins, and Vegeta just showed up.
Oh, great!
Vegeta's about to fight Goku. Dude, that fight is so awesome.
I don't give a shit.
It's so good, dude. I love Vegeta. Get out of here, Will. I'm almost done. Oh yeah, and then so Sibo looks defeated, and then she does something super crazy. It's almost like she goes through that safeguard entity and then goes into the transporter. Yeah.
Yeah, because she's a talented hacker, so she can do crazy stuff.
His gun is back up online.
Yeah, and who knows what kind of upgrades she's either received or learned after connecting with Kiri. Sibo is something very special right now with her intelligence. There's this cool panel where, so I'm looking, it's at the first page of Long 20. It says restriction lifted. And then the next panel, it just says, there's like a box that says snap in it. And we only see a picture of her eye in like this like cross format. I don't know if there's any significance behind this, but afterwards, it's the first page of, so you have the title page for Log 20, which shows
the restriction lifted is for Kiri's gun. It's not for.
I was just saying that's the title of it. I'm not pertaining it to my point.
So,
I'm saying
I think she just used a hacker trick of some kind to escape the safeguards.
Yeah, something like that. She gets into the transporter. She's responsible for unlifting the restriction on Kiri's gun somehow. I don't know how the fuck. I don't know if she did that intentionally or how she came across.
She's controlling the safeguard network system.
Yeah, and the gun is linked to that system.
Yeah, but she must have figured out that the gun had a no restriction limit in the first place.
I guess by observing Kili itself.
Yeah. Or maybe, who knows how fast. Plus, like in this backup world, it seems like a year could maybe be a few minutes in reality. So she might have had all the time in the world to like learn about this stuff once she entered the transporter. And then in base reality, we see his gun like start, electrical signs and shit sparking.
But then the giant monster kicks in again and tries to kill all the people while they're trying to get into the door, but that's stuck. Then all the safeguards pop up again, and then Kiri just goes ham on them.
Yeah. He does go ham.
Yeah, and it's just kills, and then
He's shooting
and
like it's a
he
fucking
shoots his
automatic
hand.
gun.
I mean, it can be automatic.
Yeah, it does say it has like a rapid fire setting.
Mm-hmm. And then he just shoots the monster's hand, glares at him, while he is just battered with like the hands of all the safeguards and whatnot.
Well, we see this overlay of his vision where it's like restriction lifted, limit
Yeah.
cancel.
So it's
So
even
it's
in Dutch. It's even
yeah, it's in
one
all
waarschuwen.
I think it's in like
All
8
the
or
languages.
7
pretty dope.
languages.
It's even in Dutch, even waarschuwen,
Yeah.
which is warning in.
Okay, so your versions, you see it in English, but then the language that I can't read is like another like language from this earth.
Attention,
Oh, okay.
Italian and
I see
whatnot.
Dutch, Spanish, Korean, Chinese, I think. Multiple versions of English. Yeah, it's everything. And then, I have French in my version, but it's probably the general translated version.
That's pretty cool.
There's a lot of different languages on this.
And then he whips out his wires. He probably realizes he needs more power for this.
He hooks it up to all the safeguards, and then the other safeguard is powering up too, and bang!
Oh my god! We get this cool little gun transformation, where it like expands, and then starts charging up.
Yeah, it expands, and when it expands, it actually looks exactly like the bigger GBA.
Yeah, it does.
Really?
Yeah.
Except when it actually fires, you see it turn into a cross, and it's oh no, it's
the max power. You mean? Yeah.
It's the max power.
Dude, this panel with the energy swirling around Kiri is fucking badass.
Yeah, and then the two spreads just shooting each other, and just annihilating his shot, and just going.
Yeah, it cancels out the other guy's graviton beam emitter, which is like
Achilles' arm just breaks. You can see his bone come out.
Yeah, that's true. Like the recoil, totally.
Yeah, it just blew his head off clean, and just it's
That was epic.
It's a strong pistol, huh?
Yeah, also fucking buildings in the distance just fucking disintegrate because of his shot.
Yeah, and the monster just get blown off of the structure and just falls. But you don't see water, by the way. So yeah, but
Devil, we'll talk about that in next Master Edition. He's talking about the future SIBO. How alternate timeline SIBO figured out how to bust through the megastructure on her own.
Yeah, it's way later. Yeah.
And then that the monster falls down, Kiri falls down, his arms fucked up from the recoil.
Legs on a ridge on the old builder. Just
and then he gets to the entrance of Toa.
And thinks Sonican. Lolly Sonican is back.
Yeah, we see the little kid version of Sonican say, "That was mean. Everyone went in without us." And then it just ends. That's how the Master Edition ends. So I guess if you didn't read this before, you would have no idea what's happening.
It's just the Master Edition just takes 3 volumes, but just a tiny bit of the 3rd volume they use. So they just changed up the cliffhanger to it.
Yeah, that's honestly a good cliffhanger, though. I was like, wow, that's I never realized, but that's a good one.
Yeah, and then we get a giant spread of Knights of Sidonia. Yuck.
Dang, we're at a freaking hour and 53 minutes. That's crazy.
That was a long one.
I mean, there's so much to talk about, and like
way more.
We could have talked. There were many times where I wanted to
talk for like 5 hours more at this point.
Yeah,
we could.
We go through all of it.
Plus, there's more Blam Note discussion about events pertaining at what all just took place that I kind of wanted to take time to get into, but I was like, we don't have time. Maybe I'll prepare them for the beginning of next episode because there's a bunch of good stuff in there on like Toa Heavy Industries and like Sonicon absorbing or canceling out the GBE shot, like why that happened.
But I still think she absorbed the energy of it.
I can dig that. I don't know if there's energy to absorb. I haven't memorized how the GBE works exactly and be able to put into a scientifically correct conversation. So I don't know.
I mean, it expands the atoms and the gravity around it. That's why it's called the graviton beam emitter, because it actually just fucks up the gravity around it, hence going through basically every atom, like everything possible.
Yeah.
Is it like a source of energy though? Like, how could you absorb that?
I mean, it's also the theory that just everything is expanded, just everything is pushed back to its.
I mean, it's a huge energy wave.
Yeah,
Devil enjoyed the podcast. See, Mars, look at all the comments we got, all the fans we have now.
Yeah, like one guy just going ham on it. Which
we had a bunch of people in here today. It was great.
Yeah,
don't worry, I have like 5 friends watching this. So.
Hell yeah! Yo, like, comment, subscribe, everyone out there. This is so much fun.
But I think it does have energy. I mean, dark matter, for example.
Yeah.
Wait, we lost Josh again.
Yeah, who knows what's going on with him?
Fuck that guy.
Oh man.
No. Do you mean Lisa already?
Come on, Mars.
Dude, Mars, I'm gonna have a podcast where I start at 15 minutes early with all of us in here. We're just gonna shit talk you for 15 minutes till you show up.
I know.
Guys, don't. Mars is like the hero of the Blam Discord.
Yeah, I know. They say that to me like 2 years for already.
All right. Well, yo, probably not going to go on too much longer. Josh, since you just listened that whole time, I kind of want to hear you say what's going on in your head, because you just heard us totally blam out.
Yeah.
I made a sandwich.
Oh my god.
You fucking idiot.
Of course you did.
I was hungry.
He was hungry. But not from manga.
All right, hold on. So yeah, I kept up with a lot of the things you were saying, which was a lot. I don't know. I guess I'm just curious to what this is going to lead to, because why is she acting totally normal here at the very end?
You'll figure that out.
She's taken over by Shiba.
Yeah, it's not that big of a spoiler. Like,
no, not that interesting.
It's Sibo. Sibo took over Sonocon's little girl body somehow. I guess that's a conversation we can get into next episode, but that's actually Sibo.
All right.
Yeah, you're just gonna take that like that. I mean, okay,
really?
Okay, all right. I think it's
kind of weird, but it's Blame, so whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Sibo did. So her physical body's destroyed now. So she kind of, was messing with all the safeguard systems when she went into that, transporter thing anyway. And then she probably just found an escape route. Too. Yeah. She probably just figured out a way to, put herself back into base reality.
And just take it over.
Yeah. I don't know if it was actually, like, we see Sonocon's head get blown off. I don't know if...
But they don't exist in the body, right? Like...
Well, there are two personalities in there now, Sonocon and Shiba, and it's just fighting each other just to take over.
Yeah, but even if they get destroyed or blown up, like, they don't exist in the body, right? They're like part of the whole...
You're talking about it's like Wi-Fi or something?
But a body can regenerate just endlessly.
I think they're in there.
I feel like you can destroy the bodies and they'll be all right. They'll just come back in a new body.
They will. But I think that's backup data, though. I feel like I could be wrong.
I think Shiba, she doesn't have like somewhere to go when she dies, so she would just die normally. But Sana-kan, if she dies, she can just get re-uploaded somewhere.
Because she's a safeguard.
Yeah.
Basically, so she can just get uploaded to another body.
Yeah, but Shiba is a lot more mortal because she's a.
All right.
I don't know if it was one time used for her to go to the backup world. I don't know if it was one time use or if she can do it unlimited amounts of times.
She can probably stay in the unlimited, but she can't like. It doesn't have like any practical use. She would just like die in base reality and get stuck, and she could just stay forever in the backup world, but with nowhere to go.
Well, all right, gang. We're like 30 seconds shy of 2 hours. Any last words? We're cutting it. Who came over?
It's just great. I mean, it's still my favorite work out of all of them, and just
it's gonna be less of a fucking shitstorm next time, I think.
I anticipate every episode being like this, especially
2 hours, 3 hours long from this shit.
Dude, the Master Edition where like level 9 SIBO happens, I feel like we could talk about that for
yes,
hours. Because you have level 9 SIBO's resurrection, Kiri's resurrection.
Shiba resurrects multiple times throughout multiple bodies. So.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, no, I agree. This is actually my favorite manga ever. I love Blam.
I might be consistently confused, but I'm excited to be a part of it.
Dude, I'm excited to have you here. I think you are having fun. I can feel it.
Do you like
everyone's welcome.
Sidonia, Joss?
Huh?
Do you like it better than Sidonia?
It's bloodier. Yeah, I like the action. It's fun. Like, just, shit just happens all the time. People getting murked. Like, that's pretty cool. It's like watching Kill Bill, but
it's
sci-fi.
The best sci-fi ever made. Like one of the best, at least.
In manga, for sure.
I mean, I guess the whole story itself is like one of the best sci-fi stories ever, visually told.
I mean,
not the best though. There's so many.
It just goes so deep into sci-fi. It's nothing like. It's just something like Vampire Hunter D that's also really far in the future, but it's a bit more humanity in it still. So,
but a lot of the stuff in Blame could also work in real life.
Maybe
in the future,
we still survive all that stuff. And
I won't unless I turn into a cyborg and just dwell in a fucking sewer or something. We'll see.
Probably all gonna be like that anyway.
Maybe. We're gonna be that guy that died in the room with Sanakon.
Yeah.
Sanakon is big.
We just fucking trip over and disconnect ourselves from current and just fucking die.
He was just put in the sun side some sort of sub and just put into some shit body. And it's like, fuck, this is the mega structure. Why am I in this? I want to die now.
Yeah, maybe in the future, maybe on Earth, like Devil said.
Hell yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see one day.
Maybe one day we can all have a SIBO.
Oh, hell yeah. I don't want to have a SIBO.
Like a Cortana?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be sick.
We definitely will.
Maybe Area 51 has one.
Yeah, maybe Area 51 has SIBO and Sanakon.
Oh, yes.
The whole
you're talking about life-size dolls?
No, just a real deal made by aliens.
Yeah, but basically, if it's a cyborg, it's basically just a sex doll with a lot of functions.
A lot of fun functions.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, like Friday.
We know you want it, Mars. But it's not the same for everyone,
I mean, fuck, yeah. I mean, how can I hide this?
Well, dope.
Welcome into a world.
Yeah, welcome to the Blame world. If you like sci-fi, you're always welcome.
Well, all right, gang. I think we'll close it there. You know what?
Yeah.
After the series is done, we'll probably have an episode where we just shoot the shit about anything and everything in the story.
Oh, for sure.
And like kind of go over some other things. I realize there's so much to talk about Blam. Because like in the Knights Sidonia Master Editions, there's a lot that happens, but you can pretty much cover it all in less than an hour. And then in Blam, it's like 2 each.
Yeah, that's just a lot of comedy and a lot of generic stuff, etc., etc., etc.
Well,
hey.
all right, everybody. Thanks for joining. Next week
See you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you next
Bye.
time. We're doing Master Edition 3. If I had to guess, it's log 21 to 30 or something similar. You'll probably be safe with that.
And smash the
uh,
like button.
Yeah,
like, subscribe.
Smash it, like, comment, subscribe.
Destroy.
Stay tall, heavy, tough. And yeah, peace out.